And now, the reason we got out of bed this morning for music and the spoken giggles, Singing Mama and Auntie B are our very own soulful duets.
Good morning, everybody.
I don't think Kathy was ready for that beginning.
So
No, I want to know how to do that. I was like, that.
We did it.
Yeah, but how do you do it? How do you get that on your? I have no idea how to do anything like that.
Okay, so you know when you go over on the side where you do the brand?
Yeah.
Okay, over on there, if you click on it, it's you can do like all the little pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
So
well, not pictures. I didn't pictures. I just got videos you can put on there, like the.
Well, they have like you know how I have over here on the corner, I have the KKAA thing.
Yeah.
Up there, right by Bree.
Yeah.
And then the background picture you can change, right? So like if I wanted to change it, I could change it to that one.
I don't know how to do it.
See,
it's just right there. We'll show you.
I have no idea. I've got the StreamYard that can do all these things, but I just don't know how to do it.
That's what I'm on.
I know. Show you. I know.
We learn you good. Mm-hmm. We can do it.
Scared of that.
Right. And also, hello everybody.
Oh yeah, good morning. Hi everybody.
Thanks for being here. We have a special guest, Ms. Kathy with a K, our very own Patriot from the Super channel.
Super channel. Yep, it's right there.
That's me.
Oh, I should read. How are you doing, Miss Kathy?
I'm doing great. I'm still. I want to call it. I'm getting better, but I had like a road hangover.
Oh yeah.
Because I did mostly that trip was driving.
Mm-hmm.
That trip was just a lot of driving. Mostly. Yeah. Really.
Was it
how many miles
hours there?
It was 2,400 some miles.
Whoa,
it was a lot.
Cow.
It
was a lot of miles. Driving to
Was that round trip or just one way?
That was round trip.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Sure
that's
was.
Like jet lag, but from
yeah, but car lag.
Car lag.
You're an SUV lag.
I just call it border lag.
There you go. That works.
Yeah.
That totally works.
For sure.
Oh my goodness. So lots of crazy, amazing stuff has happened since the border. But can we talk just a little bit about your experience down there?
Sure. Just ask me what you would like to know.
Ooh.
What would you like to know?
I have deep questions. You ready?
Okay, if I can answer them.
Yeah, well, that's true. What's the farthest you got? Like, did you see the border?
Oh yeah, we were there. Me and Kim, we didn't show that on the. We didn't show that. We didn't video that because we weren't sure. But we were, I live in a regular neighborhood, just a regular suburban neighborhood here in Charleston, North Charleston, and you have neighborhood streets and the house across the street. Mm-hmm. Well, we were as close to that wall as the house across the street.
Okay.
Saw it with our own two eyes. We weren't sure it was it right away. And then we were, and then we're like, uh-oh.
Right.
We're right here. And that's how close we were. We were right there.
Can you tell me, there's a moment when people step out and take action. Can you tell me the moment on your trip that it became the most real to you? The trafficking situation, the border situation. There were probably several, but does one stick out in your mind that it was just so true?
Oh yeah, because when we met Connie, and I interviewed Connie, and I mean I talked to a lot of people, but Connie was the most revealing and just the most. It was just surreal. And when That's when it was. That was the most real moment for me. And then I'll tell you what got really real when we were following Connie in her vehicle to the detention center. That was pretty real. And then being at the detention center, like again, like the neighbor across the street. That's how close, because we were just right there in the road across the street with that and watching it. Yeah, it was real. And it was like, this is real. It really, I'm not watching a video now. I'm here. That's what it was.
Those kind of moments tend to cement themselves in our minds, right?
Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
The one for me, it was a comment you made. You said that it was Satan's playpen.
Buddy, let me tell you. Yeah, I guess, and I remember saying, I think I was talking about that on the way back from Kingsville, because we were still, we were like in a kind of a state of, what just happened?
Surreal.
You know, this like really happened. And there goes, if you hear any banging, we got trash pickup in the neighborhood.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
Last I remember it was thunder.
Yeah, I know.
Big bangs.
Yeah. But just the horror. And you know, everybody that would tell you anything about it, it was pretty much the same, except for the fact that Connie was the only one who was homeless.
Yeah.
You know, she was homeless. And speaking with a real person who was like literally petrified of what went on down there at the border and with the coyotes and coyotes. I was corrected the other day. It's supposed to be coyote. Yeah, by the woman who was the prison guard in Arizona that I talked to. Yeah, so coyotes, and I want to do her justice and give her props. It's coyotes, and the fear. I mean, literal fear. The Border Patrol has fear of them and the cartel, but the coyotes are ruthless. They're ruthless.
Just like coyotes.
They have no, I don't know. I think I've engaged a coyote, like a living animal coyote once on a property that I was doing landscaping for. And that one ran away from me. So, you know, these coyotes come at you to kill you or
absolutely
whatever they're going to do.
There's no moral compass there. It's completely the opposite of anything you would know.
There is no remorse. There is no, they have no regard for humanity. There is nothing there that, there's no way like when you have a person. I actually have a high school friend of mine, and I hadn't seen her in many years, and she's an author, and she was kidnapped while hitchhiking. She'd just gotten out of high school. I hadn't seen her, all these years, but after she got out of high school, her and another one of my alumni from my class of 71, Council Rock High School in Pennsylvania, they hitched a ride to New York and were kidnapped and raped and beaten and tortured. And one of the guys had compassion. And that's how they got away. All right. Yeah. These coyotes have no compassion. There was no remorse. There was no, Jesus, that's a terrible thing to do to a person. Maybe I'll help you out. They have no remorse. There's no love. No love.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. I know I was small when I was taken back and forth, when I was taken down to Tenancingo, Mexico, and then brought back. Down there, it's one of the major human trafficking centers in the world. And the stuff that happens there is known to everybody there. Everybody in Mexico knows that place. And knowing hasn't stopped it. In fact, what it's done is reinforced it. Everybody knows, and it's still happening. Why?
Because of fear.
Right.
Because they are encapsulated and live totally and completely in fear. Even people, regular people with regular jobs. Kim and I stopped someplace to eat down there. We actually stopped at an Applebee's because every other place that we went into, they said, they're like, you got to put a mask on. And I'm like, well, I won't be eating here. So,
Right.
so Applebee's did not require us to wear a mask. And so we were in there and talked to our waitress about it. And then a gentleman and his wife and his little boy they didn't talk to us during our meal, but he saw the car, the big honking red stop child trafficking letters.
Yes.
And he says, that's your car, huh? And I'm like, yes, sir. Like he says, and this is a distinguished man, well-groomed, attractive gentleman, well-mannered little boy and his pregnant wife.
Oh.
Who is expecting a little girl in June, and they have concerns. They live there. They're regular people living a regular life, but they're in fear of being kidnapped.
Of course.
Right there in that town.
Of course. There's a big thing that happens when people become aware, right? First is the shock of the truth of it, right? The permeability that it has had across everything. Then it's, okay, now you're afraid because you realize the truth of it. And that's where that song always comes in my mind, Amazing Grace, okay? 'Twas truth that taught my heart to fear, okay? Because it brings the truth, right? Okay, then grace my fears relieved. That's the part that I think we're all trying to put out there, is that this knowledge doesn't have to be feared as long as we go into it with grace. That's the love. That doesn't mean we back down. Okay, but we don't hate them. Hate is their power. Love is stronger than that. But it's getting beyond the fear of it. What to do?
Well, this is the part that really, if I know about it and they know about it,
right,
then the government's got to know about it. Why is the government not taking care of this?
Right.
Why?
Why
is creepy, sleepy? Why is this permitted? Why is this allowed to go on? Why will Joe and the Hoe won't go? She won't even go down there.
She won't. She laughs.
She laughs about this. This is a mockery of justice. This is it just blows my mind. It blows my mind that this is permitted and we know it. And so now I got to back. What do you do? How do you do it? How do you go down there? And to me, it would be pretty common sense. Like if I had, intelligence and I had I'm talking about military intelligence, not my own intelligence.
Right.
But if I had intel, which they do. If I had all this intel and I knew that this was going on and that this was a bad thing, I would have troops there.
Right.
I would have troops there and I would go in and save everybody that needs to be saved. Lock these people up that need to be locked up, or execute them if they need to be. Now, listen, I know that you're supposed to have forgiveness in your heart, but there's penalties.
Yep.
Absolutely.
There's penalties.
I believe that if somebody crosses a line, we love them. Fine. Send them to God, who will love them better and fix them better than we can.
God will take care of it, but they shouldn't be allowed to be in human form anymore.
Agreed.
Yep, exactly.
Agreed.
That's it.
Absolutely.
And in British Greece too. Just like the chemtrails. Why are they still pumping that shit out there?
I mean, yes, it's similar to that for sure.
All the stuff that they're doing to us.
The thing is if we see it, then what? Right? Everybody's stumped here at this point. Then what?
Then what? We the people have to do what we have to do to take this back. And it's getting to the point where we the people are getting impatient.
And that's an important step, honestly, because we have to get to the point where enough is enough. The same with anything in our life, bad habits. We're going to keep doing it until we absolutely have to decide we've had enough. And collectively, we're not there yet, but we are so close. Every single day, somebody is ranting about how this crap is going on, how the government knows they're not stopping it. They stopped the wall. Thousands are coming in still. What do we do? What do we do?
Thousands. We're talking about hundreds of thousands.
Yes, we are. I mean,
and that was just at Donna. I was too wore out to go up the road to McCallum, which is bigger.
Yeah.
Which is bigger than Donna. And these buses, they just keep rolling. They just keep coming in. It's got to stop. It has to stop.
The one thing that I think we have in our favor is that they have tried to separate us physically, right? They've done a pretty damn good job of that. Just saying, keeping us all apart. But in this big oppressive division that they have put in place, we still have technology. And because of that, we have all found ways to reach out and bring awareness to people. They forced us into an avenue that we wouldn't have gone to otherwise. This has created more awareness for you and me.
Well, that's because whether you believe in that 17th letter or not, the 17th letter and the things that the 17th letter posts is like, these people are stupid.
Yeah.
They are. The 17th letter has said that more than once. These people are stupid because they're getting enough rope now to hang themselves. They keep on doing these stupid things, these stupid things because they're scared and they're panicking. And I can't trust in anything, but I know it's coming soon. I know I just know within my divine spirit.
Good.
God's had enough. Not because somebody said it and somebody said it's going to happen at this day or in this time or whatever. I know it's coming soon. Exactly when? No. But I got a feeling. I got a feeling. I feel that. I know what those intuitions are. It's coming. And we're going to see some pretty nasty stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Everything that you've said is true. And I Black Eyed Peas. But everything that you just said, the stuff that you talk about on your platforms, the ones that we talk about here, everything that's been said, I have no problem with it, but I want you to know that this is still tip of the iceberg stuff. Okay, the truth that is actually going to hit everyone really hard is you hear it all the time. You've heard it from the time you were little. This isn't a fight between men and weapons. This is a spiritual warfare.
That's what it is.
God and Satan, right?
Yep. That's all it is.
And as much as we know it now, it's going to hit us so hard really soon.
Mm-hmm.
And those who have thought, that's only true in church, it's not really true in the real world, those are the ones that we are going to have to stand there strongly for. Because the compassion that we needed, we need to be willing to give.
Yep.
Because it's everywhere, every facet of life.
That's why I love Lynn Wood so much, because Lynn he speaks it out. He says, it's the Great Awakening.
Yeah.
And he says it. It's the Great Awakening. It's the Great Awakening. And this is what you're going to learn about the Great Awakening, that the devil is real.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. And people just don't want to believe. They just like, well, honey, when they see, I know it. I know those of us that haven't even seen, that are aware and are awake and that believe just that, we're going to be shocked too.
Oh yeah.
We're going to be shocked too. We're going to be shocked beyond compare.
It's going to be like a bowling ball with holy shit all over hitting you.
Like it brings like holy shit.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. We can laugh about this now, but it's not going to be funny.
Oh no,
it's not going to be funny.
See, when I first, my first year or two, of this freedom that we all share right now, this freedom, I was talking about the ritualistic side of it, right? The stuff that I had seen, experienced, been there for. They wanted to put me on antipsychotics, antidepressants, anti-anxiety. They wanted me to shut up because it was so hard for them to hear.
Right.
Just because it's hard for someone to hear, that doesn't make me wrong or crazy, mind you.
It's true.
Just because you don't believe the truth doesn't mean it's not true.
Exactly.
Some things are true, whether you believe them or not. So when I tell you that you're going to see it, I mean see it. With your physical eyes, you're going to see it. Okay?
What do you think we're going to see?
I can tell you what I have seen, and I can tell you that I think it's going to be just like that. How about that?
Can you tell us?
Yes, I'll tell you right now. In the rituals, they would summon demons.
Oh, boy.
Okay? They would summon devil. There's a big difference between the two. Okay? When we're talking about something satanic, people give it a very broad term. It's dark, so it's satanic. Yes, that's true. But a demon is somebody who had a body here once. A devil did not. A devil is one of the fallen angels. Okay? The watchers in the Book of Enoch. These are the devils. Demons are the ones that had bodies. They're the Nephilim, if you will. So they were the ones that were never supposed to be created. God did not create them. So they lived here on the earth. That's the difference between the two.
So they're the ones that like the fallen angels have babied.
Yeah, they parented them.
Parented.
So a demon had a body, so they're the ones that want to possess bodies. Okay? There's nowhere for them to go. They're stuck here, and it sucks for them. They don't have the choices we have. They don't have dominion over the earth like we have. They believe that Satan is God and God is Satan in our vernacular. Satan is the good one. God is the bad one. Jesus is the bad one. And that's how I was brought up. Okay? I wouldn't believe it because I didn't feel the love and joy from them because there isn't any there.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the coyotes, however you want to pronounce it, when you're talking about them, it's very possible, and I have seen it, they are what's the word? It's not possession, but it is. So it's like they're in there, but they're not in control. They have allowed a demon to take over. Demons have no care, have no feeling. They hate you. That's the feeling they have. No matter what form you are, they hate you. God created you. they hate you. So what we're going to see is you're going to be able to recognize those that are possessed by demons. You're also going to recognize those who have walked with devils. There's a very distinct feeling. When we've talked before about standing in line somewhere at the bank, at the store, and you feel something ugly come up behind you, right? And you know you don't want to even be there anymore, and you turn around and it's just a person, but you feel it. You know what I'm talking about, both of you?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever felt that from someone? Just ugliness?
Yeah.
I know you have. We've talked
Probably
about
not
it
as
before.
severely as you.
Okay, well, I'm a little bit more sensitive because of my experience, but you've stood by someone and went, ugh, I don't like that.
Bad
Even if
vibes.
it's just yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's going to be on a different level. It's going to be that dividing line that we've talked about, where you're going to be able to see it, feel it from 30 paces.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be so in your face, you won't be able to deny it.
But there's a good thing. Now, you might know it. Now we'll know it. And we'll know that we have authority over that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We have authority over that. This is our domain, and they have we've given them permission to do what they do, unbeknownst to us, a lot of, human race.
We don't know
And
because we're indoctrinated, right?
Because we've been
the time we're born.
tricked and hoodwinked into believing a bunch of religious doctrination, doctrines by whatever church you go to.
Doesn't matter.
It has been going down, and I remember being a little girl, I was scared to death of God.
Mm-hmm.
I believed in God.
Fear of God, right?
Yeah, not
Which
that
was
kind.
a vengeful guy.
Right.
Yeah, that was going to come down with the hammer on you, and the God isn't like that at all.
Nope.
And people in churches, you've got. Oh my God, how many times was I slapped by a nun?
Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah, and
Rulers.
By a nun?
Oh yeah, are you kidding me?
No,
That's you don't know about. Yeah, I was not a good girl. 5th and 6th grade, I was acting out in school, and my mom put me in a Catholic school to straighten my act out. Well, let me tell you, I didn't really learn anything about. All I learned was rituals. Catholic Church is nothing but rituals.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Didn't learn that Jesus loved you, and when we were in Catholic school and we'd say our morning prayers, there wasn't a cross, there was but a crucifix. There's a difference between a cross and a crucifix.
Yes,
Crucifix has Jesus still being crucified.
Yes.
He's not there anymore. He's not on the cross.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
what are they worshiping?
You have to do this. You've got to do this. You have to toe the line. You have to do penance. You have to go to confession. You have to confess your sins to some creepy guy in a box.
That's something awful, isn't it?
I mean, I never experienced anything. Now, don't get me wrong, but it was just creepy in there. The priests that were in our parish, pretty nice people. I mean, they were, they weren't like the pedophile priests that you hear about, to my knowledge.
Right.
They didn't seem that way to me. I don't know. I never felt in fear. Like I had to go to catechism class. You didn't learn about God. You learned about the rules of the church.
Yeah.
You didn't learn about God.
Nope.
And he's up there. This is what you got to do to get to him. They never told me like you can have a personal relationship with Jesus. No.
Right.
You didn't have a personal relationship. You had to go to confessional and confess your sins. And, hell, I want to tell you, then you had venial sins and you had mortal sins.
Yep.
Venial sins?
venial. You had categories of sin, like a mortal sin. In other words, if you died and you had not confessed a mortal sin, are you ready? Mortal sin was murder or, stealing, adultery. That's a mortal sin. But guess what else was a mortal sin? What? Not going to church on Sunday was a mortal sin. And if you didn't confess this, sin, if you happen to die before you were able to go to a confessional and you died with a mortal sin on your soul, you're going to purgatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're going to suffer there for a good long time. It's like, that's why why do you think they give people last rites? Because they don't want them to die with a mortal sin on their soul. And that's just, what?
Is that like the last rites type of thing?
Yeah, exactly. That's what, like a priest comes to see you, you're on your deathbed.
Yeah.
You say your confession to him, he blesses you, you have communion, you're good to go. If you don't get to have your last rites, boy, you're in trouble. You're either going to hell or purgatory. And purgatory, I was told, could be worse than hell. As a little girl.
Doesn't that tell you straight up? I mean, you didn't know this as a little girl, but from looking at it now, the ones that focus more on anything other than your relationship with Jesus, with God, yourself, you and their creator, right? They focus on anything else. They're worshiping everything else.
Exactly.
The one with, and I don't mean any disrespect here to anyone, but with Jesus on the cross with the crucifix, they're worshiping death. Okay, they're worshiping the suffering.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I cannot think of anything more humiliating than that. And do you know how much joy? When we would talk about it, and then by we, I mean them, in rituals, when they would be talking about things like this, they would mock everyone who had believed in it. And we're talking a billion people, right? Across the planet, Catholics. And they were just so happy that they had duped everyone into worshiping like they do, death and suffering, to God. Doesn't that hurt your heart?
Yeah.
It hurts
Absolutely.
my heart.
It hurts my heart because, I saw me as a little girl. I see you as a little girl. I see little kids that are being brought up on lies and anything to keep them away from a relationship with the Creator is what it is.
Right.
Pure and simple.
Right. Absolutely. And anything that takes that place is not from God.
There you go.
We have good things in our lives. We have good things we do. The human trafficking thing we're fighting is important, right? And Jami and I both agree, and I know you do, Kathy, too. Your relationship with God has to be first and foremost above everything.
Absolutely could not do this. Could not have this burning in my soul and in my heart, and this drive, this innate desire to help in a holy way, in a loving way, in a kind, in a real, genuine spirit of love. Couldn't do it. I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have done this last year this time.
Right.
Even though I wanted to. And when I heard about the children.
Long time ago, too. You heard about it a long time ago. And you had it in your heart.
I had it in my heart, but I couldn't do anything yet. And but it burdened. It was a burden. It's still a burden. It's a heart burden.
It is.
It's a love burden. It's compassion. It really is. It's care for humanity. I mean, and I'm going to tell you something. It's heart-wrenching to hear about children like this. But they got old people.
Yeah,
they're doing stuff to senior citizens. It doesn't matter how old you are.
No,
and how can you imagine? I mean, that's even worse. Here you are, this old, feeble person that is. It's just like it's got to stop. How can
Yes.
how can people do this to other people?
It's
How can one hurt another? You know, if you're living in love, you can't.
You cannot.
Right.
You can't even fathom it, honestly.
If you're fathoming it, then you're not living in love, and you figure out how to get that love. That's the best thing.
Absolutely.
It's deep. Yes, Dom, it's deep. It's so deep. From the very, I don't know how deep you can go inside, but it's down there.
Down to the
You know,
center.
it's down there.
The middle of your being.
Yeah.
Like it's
The
in
core.
There. Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. I know a lot of the comments here have been about people who've had
Experiences.
in churches and fire and brimstone preacher, I think is what Lamar said.
Yep. Back in the 70s in San Diego.
And
Yep.
Mystic
That's how a lot
Mimi.
of them have been. Yep. When she didn't want to go to the confessional box.
Where's that?
Right there
I
on the screen.
Right on the
Oh,
screen.
I did not like the dark box confessional. No.
Yeah.
It's
Every time I saw that on a video or in a movie or something, I was always like, why would they go in there? That's just creepy.
But I was so indoctrinated and believed because
Yeah.
let me tell you, I always wanted to go to heaven. I never wanted to be with the devil.
Right.
I knew the devil was bad. I knew it wasn't good. And anything that I could do, or so I thought, to where I don't go to hell, let me get there. So if I had a mortal sin on my soul, the only mortal sin on my soul was missing church, but so like if I miss church or something and I got to get to confession, because I don't want that on my soul because I don't want to go to the devil.
Absolutely.
And
That of fear.
when I found out that Jesus wasn't anything like that, I was like, damn, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I know. It's just the way you said it. Well, damn. I mean,
It's like, what? I've been scared my entire life, and here's another thing. And then there's you go again. And there, that just comes back to being gay,
Your middle name.
My middle name
I love
Kathleen Gay Hartman. And there, up until I was 40, I figured, I don't know how this is going to work. I'm just going to hell because I can't change it.
No, I know.
I can't change it.
40, really?
Yeah, at the age of 40 is when I finally figured
honey.
out. And,
You're
I'm
my
40.
age.
That's only 37 years ago. No, wait a minute. I'm adding.
No, I'm not. No.
That's 27 years ago.
Whoa.
27 years
You look
ago. I'm not
excellent.
77. I'm
You look
67.
excellent anyway, but
Yeah.
wow.
So yeah,
I get the
My
numbers
heart
thing
is
going
just
all the
so.
you don't know. You
For
don't
you.
know. I mean, there's many people on this planet right now that cry themselves to sleep for some kind of reason.
True.
time.
True.
They're sad. They're hurting. They are confused. They've been lied to.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a world with no love. They think that's what they believe.
Right.
No love. And you have no idea the nights that I cried and prayed to God to please heal me. Heal me. Because I thought I needed to be healed from being gay because I can't stop the feeling. Even if I don't act on it, I still feel this way. So yeah. And that's what's happening to so many people all over the world for whatever reasons, not just on account of that. You're going to hell because of this. You're not going to hell. We're not born in original sin. You're not going to hell. You might die from it, but you're not going to hell from it.
Right.
You might get sick from that. You might drink yourself to death, like I was hoping to do there for a while, a couple of years back.
Right.
But you're not going to hell from it.
Right.
And
I agree with you. Jesus is so big. His love is so big. He adores every single one of us.
And he's not petty.
At all.
At all.
He loves everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a few friends who ask me, you know, because my lifestyle is different than theirs, if I think because I'm different than them, if they're gonna go to hell. And I'm like, what? No. In most of the places here, I'm the heathen. And I'm like, I don't understand why, but I
And that's
love
hilarious,
them too.
by the way. Just so you know, Kathy, that's hilarious. That she's the heathen.
But see, I know stuff that they don't know. Like the Pope, 33rd degree Mason. The prophet of the LDS Church, 33rd degrry Mason.
Okay,
The president of
Hold
the
on.
United States, 33rd degree Mason. Yeah.
And they're
wait, are
all
you talking
members
about
of
Joe
the
or-
Red Shoe Club.
Yeah. Talk about Joe.
Okay. Okay, so I was watching that show, the 5-hour one.
Oh yeah.
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 I fell asleep so many times and I had to
Me
rewind a lot.
too. I was like, I'm never gonna finish this
I was like,
thing.
It's very
Oh
long.
man,
Very
I
long.
did it again.
But it's
very
good.
interesting though.
Right, and I've only gotten 2.5 hours in.
Hey,
'Cause
but
nobody
you've
will
made
watch
it halfway.
But so I missed the part, I guess, about the 33 degree Mason part. So
Okay.
what
It's all
does
through
that
it.
mean?
It's
I
all
know it's
through
like
it.
bad.
It's the top.
Is
The
that
top
the top
level
That's
in
what Joseph
Freemasonry.
Smith was, right?
Say that again.
That's what Joe Smith was, right?
Yes, the
Okay.
founder of Mormon.
Of the LDS religion.
Yep.
Yeah, and he did it in 3 days.
That's what they say.
Oh my gosh.
In order to get that high, the level of depravity you have to become.
And participate in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
An active participant, not just
Yep.
an observer.
Yeah.
You got to do some bad stuff.
Right. Lots of governors also.
Mm.
The royal family, any of them. Yeah, them too. This is a bigger deal, right? We've all been sold a whole bill of goods that are just all infested with poison.
Mm-hmm.
I got a funny feeling. I don't know for sure. I just got a funny feeling that Kemp, the governor in Georgia,
Huh?
I think he's 33.
I have a very good knowledge that you are correct.
Well, there you go.
And also, what's his face on the Supreme Court who fooled
that guy.
everyone into thinking he was
the conservative guy. Yeah,
The
he's
one
a
that-
wolf in sheep's clothes.
Was he
He's-
the one that was getting mad at Amy? The little guy. He's tiny.
He's short.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he was like threatening Amy and her and the other guy.
I don't know about that because I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh well, he was recorded or something saying that you better just do what I ask you, do what I say to do or something.
Oh, the new gal, right? The new
Yeah,
Supreme
Amy,
Court
yeah.
lady. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Anyway,
Yeah, sorry. I
Yes.
figured.
The one-
No.
all I know
Put in.
is when I was little, he was big. That's all I know.
Yes.
Okay.
But is that the guy?
So-
Is what I'm saying.
Yep, that's him.
Okay.
I got
Very-
that. I heard that loud and clear.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. When you were little, he was big. Boy, howdy.
Yep. So there's a lot of things that a lot of people can't know, but there's so much information out there now that you need to know it. Like it's almost too late.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's almost too late. It's already you're late, but please catch up. Come on.
Thank
Kathy
you,
is
y'all. I
amazing. We love
appreciate
her
you.
too. She's huge, big, amazing,
Big, huge. amazing.
Sometimes I don't feel it though.
and that's okay.
we all go
I mean,
there. We all
It's
go
like
there.
you're human or something,
I
but
know.
don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
That's who it is.
That's
Yes.
it. There she is.
Yep.
There's
Thank
my
you.
gal. That
Aw.
this one right here,
Is this
y'all.
Horatio?
Y'all right now, y'all are watching right here. This gal met me. She was there ahead of me.
Oh,
she
is she the one
at
that
our
was there
camp.
with you?
That's Miss
In the
Kim.
big
That's
RV
Miss
thing?
Kim who went to the
Oh,
wall.
okay.
And I was telling him, Kim, how close we got to the wall. Because I don't know if you just got on here. But yeah, her
Yeah.
too. Yes, Miss Kim. She's dynamite because you know dynamite comes in tiny little packages and blows things up. Well, I'm going to tell you what, she's dynamite. She is.
Yeah, she
That-
seemed pretty awesome in the
And she
videos.
is.
Aw,
Yeah.
yay.
Aw, yum.
That's
That's
my
cool.
part. I want to say partner in crime, but we weren't committing any crimes.
That's my
didn't
partner
commit any
revealing
crimes.
the truth. You committed the
Any
sin,
crimes.
the unforgivable sin
Of
of
giving
completely
information.
Exposing
independent and
darkness.
constructive
Exactly.
thought. I mean, what?
Mhm.
Right? We
I'm
are
proud
all
of you.
this, by the way.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
that's it. Absolutely.
Just real quick, Stacy. That
We
is
were right at it.
We
awesome.
ain't seen nothing yet.
Look,
That's
Stacy,
right.
Stacy, congrats on your big baby grandboy.
big gravy bam. What?
Big baby grandboy. Big baby grandboy.
Congratulations. That's pretty
Was
big.
9.12 pounds.
That's a big baby.
Ouch!
Was she overdue?
Oh, is your daughter okay?
I hope so, because if not, that would have been a much bigger baby.
That
We
sounds
could have-
like me.
you
I-
were a
I-
big
Were you a
baby.
9-pounder?
I was like almost 11 pounds.
Oh my gosh, your poor
weird.
mom.
No, she carried me for a little extra time. I didn't want to come out to this
Yeah,
mess. I guess I
apparently.
just knew what was up ahead of me.
Really like
I
that,
guess
man.
when you're in there,
Ow.
I don't know.
Oh,
You know, who
no.
knew? I thought I'd be dead and gone when the earth was going to be like this. I figured,
Well.
you know, what? But no, here I am.
Early.
Here I am, right in the middle of the Great Awakening.
Early, baby, at 9 pounds. Oh
Early.
my goodness.
Wow.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
like
Was
praying in my
was
heart
birthday
right now
early?
for your daughter. Like,
daughter,
wow.
no, don't know. But oh no, maybe
Yes,
maybe
yes.
actually do something better.
Miss Kathy, I'm so happy you are here.
Mhm.
So happy you're still here, and
Yes,
you
ma'am.
look healthy. You speak with such conviction. You're a great example to anyone, everyone who talks and needs to figure out the next action.
I can tell you this. I'm not singled out. I'm not any more special than anybody here on the entire planet, because we are all born equal with the same amount. It just it's and you have free will to say I'm going to do this or not. And I just once you know me, I'm thinking if you don't know what it is, you do. You really do. You've just got to you got to go deep within, like and you have to live in love. You do. You have to live completely in love. And I only started that living in love and treating others like you want to be treated. I only started that back in what was it, 2018, 2019, 2018, 2019, when, you know, I had a choice to, you know, really make a guy at work look bad because he was just a real a-hole. And treated me, you know, a woman with a lot more experience that he had in landscape, and then just treated me really like, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna fix his little red wagon. and I could really, you know, I was thinking about it, and then it really came to me. It was just like, would you like? I heard it. Would you like would you like if somebody did that to you?
Exactly.
And I simply answered like, no, I would not. And then I heard it just simple. Then don't do it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And that was awesome, because from that moment on, there was like a revelation within myself, and like, that is exactly what the golden rule is: do unto others as you know, instead of trying to like get one up people and get back people and like, I'll fix their little red wagon, or you know, you do this to me, I'm going to do that to you, and you just start crapping on people because you want to get ahead, or because you can't.
Not literally.
That's not what it's about. It's do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I'm telling, it was like a light bulb of, you know, stuff that I had heard all my life, but it would just really like boom, went off in my head.
It resonated.
And it was like, there wouldn't be a single problem on this planet if we treated each other the way we wanted to be treated. And so
Exactly.
from then on, that's my mission, to share love and to spread love, and to let people know that God is love, that you are love, that you are created in love, you are love, you are to be love. And that's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is,
And
everybody.
it's so simple.
It's just
so
that simple. Well, how can I do this when so and so? Well, you can. You just let it go.
What they're doing, yeah.
Because that's all you got to do.
Yep.
It's really, once you start to live like that, it's easier and easier every day.
Yep.
It's like you get up in the morning and it's like,
It's okay.
it's not hard. This is just like it, you know?
It's not about showing up your neighbor. It's not about showing up your coworker.
It's not about and it's not about like if your neighbor does something in the next yard that, you know, it's like, who cares? Like, so, that ID channel, Fear Thy Neighbor. You shouldn't, it's just, you got to stop.
Right.
Just stop hating.
Just
stop being vengeful. Stop taking things personally. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Put Jesus in the seat with you and say, did you see that? Good.
Exactly.
All
I
right.
love that
I'll
story.
move on. I'll just move on.
Yeah.
You know, Jesus has it. Jesus has control of all of that. It's not your job to be the world police.
Exactly.
As far as this one did it. I mean, it's.
Doesn't that sound like PC culture?
Who?
PC culture.
PC
Politically
culture.
correct.
I'm like
You
public
can't say
channel.
that anymore. You can't say that anymore. You can't
Right?
say that
The
anymore.
cancel
It
culture and
offends me.
everything.
I'm offended. You can't wear that. You
Get off
can't
the
look like
fence,
this.
they'll put it back.
Stop it. Just stop it. Just love people. How they come.
As long past you, we get to know our
Yeah,
neighbors.
and that means that doesn't mean
Donations,
just
thanks.
in the house next door or the apartment across the hall, or
Mhm.
that's
Everybody's your neighbor.
That's talking about, the neighboring state. That's talking about our neighboring countries. We're all neighbors. They've got us all divided.
That's right.
Because divided we fall.
Exactly.
So the whole earth is in a big division. Why do you think, besides money and they're warmongers, and why do you think there are world wars? Because they want us divided. They want us killing each other. They want us hating each other. But if we get to united as a planet, there's no stopping us.
There really isn't.
Nope.
There's no stopping us. You
There's
can't
so many
touch
songs
it.
about that too. Can't touch this.
I love you, Jamie. That's awesome.
Well, every time you guys say something that triggers a song, I'm just singing it in my head.
I see you going like this.
Love will bring us together.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is our ego that wants revenge.
It's all ego. That's
Revenge.
what it is.
Yep. Revenge is very low vibration, motivation / emotion. It will only hurt us. No matter how gratifying our ego tries to tell us it will be. All we are and need is love.
Perfect.
I heard a couple of weeks ago. There's two laws that we need to obey as human beings. This is it. To receive love and to give love. That's it.
Ta-da! Love one
How
another.
easy is that?
I have loved you.
It is. Yep.
Duh, duh, duh.
Love one another.
But then you'll get these people in comments all over different people's chats like, well, you don't live in my house. My family, this and that, and I mean, listen, I've lived in your house.
You don't live in my house.
You don't live in my house.
You haven't lived in mine.
These people are terrible. They do this. And it's like, you got to change your attitude. You're not going to change them. You got to change you.
Yep.
And you got to look at how you look at it. And it changes everything.
It really does. Do you know I think is it Plato who does the allegory of the cave? Anybody study any kind of philosophy?
No, we're not all brainiacs like you.
All right, no, I'm not a brainiac. I just like to read. So
She's a brainiac. Don't let her tell
I
you.
wasn't trying to say that. It's well known sometimes.
It's like we're Pinky and the Brain. If you remember that cartoon, Pinky and the Brain. What we
No,
got?
that's a little young for me.
The Animaniacs.
Anyway,
I grew up on Heckle and Jekyll and Mighty Mouse.
Oh, Mighty Mouse. Here he comes to save the day.
That's it.
That's a weird place to go from.
Sorry.
Allegory of the Cave.
Pluto.
But it's awesome.
Play-Doh?
It's good.
Play-Doh.
The Allegory of the Cave is just a real quick sum up. It's an allegory. It's a story about people who live in a cave, okay? And they're really deep into the cave. And one day someone ventures out. Now, there's way more to it, but I'm just going to give you the basic. One day someone ventures out far enough that they can see light coming in the entrance of the cave, okay? He runs back and he tells them about the light. Everyone says he's crazy. You're nuts. There's no such thing as light. You're crazy. Come and see. No, because you're crazy. Well, this person goes further and sees shadows of things crossing in front of the cave. He comes back. He's like, hey, there's shadows. I think there's something out there. You're crazy. There's no out there. There's no light. You're nuts. The person goes further out there, sees other people, comes back in and says, we could go out of here because there's more to life than this darkness. But they don't want to move. They're comfortable. You're crazy. Go away. Tell me how this plays in with us here and now.
It's almost exactly the same. With a lot of things, really.
Well, it's like it's like the ostrich with their head in the sand.
Yeah. The Allegory of the Cave is from, 2,000, maybe more years ago, probably more like 22, 30. So it's something that has stood the test of time. People who know more want to share with people who don't. People who don't want to know, call them crazy. People who don't want anyone to know what this person knows, calls them crazy.
Calls them crazy.
Yep. So I'm welcome to the crazy train. We're on that crazy train because let me tell you, people think I'm nuts.
Yes, they do. But the
friends,
ones who know.
friends I've known for a long time. Now I do. There are some people that I have a handful. I can count the people, friends that I know over the years that are with me now that feel like I do, but they're still not quite on board with all of it, you know. But they don't think I'm crazy, you know. Yeah. They don't think I'm crazy. Yeah. So, but that's how many people, and I know a lot of people,
right?
I know a lot of people, and guess who doesn't? I don't do any fellowship with anybody. You're not nuts, just crazy with a K.
I love you so much. Whoever said that, I didn't see.
Oh, that was Kim Keogh.
Yeah,
she's crazy with a K as well.
She's awesome.
She's crazy with 2 Ks.
I love this so much. I have no chance for a K in my name.
Sure you do.
Sabrina.
I could change it to Auntie K. See? It's closer.
Would we call you
something right? That just doesn't sound right.
It doesn't. It's
Annie K.
I'm not a K. I'm not on your level.
That's like special.
No, it's not that. Auntie B
I'm teasing.
It's warmer.
Yeah.
Because Aunt B on
Aunt B. Yeah.
And that's what I watch.
Listen,
I don't watch regular TV. I didn't even know about the gas shortage.
Oh, really?
You know, I didn't know about it because I don't watch news until somebody mentioned it on chat yesterday morning.
Really?
And I was like, what? Yeah, I didn't know about it. So
I see.
Yeah, because I don't listen to it. So I watch I needed a rest from Andy Griffith. Because
take a break.
I know them all, but I love me some Aunt B. But so now I'm watching Dick Van Dyke.
Oh,
There
that's
you
a
go.
good one too.
I like Dick Van Dyke.
What about the Jerry Lewis show? No? I always thought he was so funny.
I watched I flip on the news every once in a while. It's not a daily thing. It's not even a weekly
Look at Kim. What gas shortage?
See?
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't listen to it.
But I flip through it every once in a while. And when I did, I sent the link to you, Kathy. I think it was yesterday. They were showing the border. They were showing people crossing, how the police department in the areas have to take care of the people crossing the border because they don't have enough people working the border to manage the crisis that we have. They were showing this. They took a crew down there. It's on national news now, right? The mainstream media. So we were told, everybody knew it was going to happen. It's starting to happen. Big time. They had a big story and then another story and then another one about how nobody in the area can get prompt police help at all because there are no police there to help them. They have to help with the border. This is exactly what they want. So then what has to happen? Logic says that people are going to have to fend for themselves. How are they going to do that when the government's trying to take away their guns? Not let them take their guns. We have to learn how to manage our own situations. We cannot rely on the government, on the schools, on your preacher to take care of us anymore. We should never have done that in the first place. This is a hard lesson to learn, but it has to be learned. I'm responsible for me. And you're responsible for you and your children. Right?
Yep.
So I wanted to say something about the love that you were talking about, because I'm going to put the little thing in for my book here, the little ad I have for it. But love is what helps us to be responsible, right? Love is what helps us to realize that we have to take care of our bodies. We have to love them. We have to take care of our families because we love them. We take care of our neighbors because we love them. And we love because God loved us first. Satan doesn't love us. He hates us. The government doesn't love us. We are a burden. The only love we get is from God and each other. And we are responsible for caring for the burden of loving, because what we get back in return is so much greater. And I want to play this real quick and we'll be right back. Okay, guys?
And we're back.
That was quick.
Yeah, it's just a simple little short 20-second ad footage. I know you read my book, and I know Jamie read my book. But really, it's I just felt like I was trying to get someone to see it, if possible, from a perspective of where I was. Right? I was being trafficked at that time. And I know it's hard to love when you don't practice it all the time. But like anything, when we practice it more, we can do it easier, right?
It becomes easier.
It's a whole lot easier for me than it used to be. Because I didn't have a lot of patience for people, stupid people, that I would call them stupid people. That's how it was like, oh my God, you, whatever. And I can't even think like I got some comments, and I shared that on my show this morning. I got some comments hurtful comments. Because I was talking about Big Mike and
Sorry.
and Linda Gates,
Uh-huh.
and I was talking about how I just said y'all know that they're not women, right? You know, and I'm like, listen, I'm gay. I know this,
Right.
You know, and somebody somebody made a comment, a real nasty comment on my. It said, "Oh, gross. Are you a man or a woman?" And and I was like,
What?
They don't know how much that hurts, you know, that still hurts.
Right.
Okay. But I cannot, like 2 years ago, I'd have read them and told them or whatever. And it's like, you know, I can't look at that person the same way that I looked at them 2 or 3 years ago, because I have to look at them through a love lens. You got to get out your love lens, and you gotta, you can't, it really has changed. I cannot emphasize and stress enough the change when you want to live complete love, and you really do. I'm not, I'm going to say it still hurts, but I'm not going to retaliate or get them back. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that ego, like the heart hurts part, but my ego is not there now. It's like, they just don't know any better. I'm going to have to forgive them, because they're out of the loop. They don't know any better. And one day their eyes will be opened, and hopefully soon.
Right.
That's how, and somebody, always with the hemp works. All right. Somebody always got to put, all you do, this is like boring, another HempWorks channel. And I'm thinking to myself, you didn't even what? I had HempWorks on for 3 or 4 minutes in the middle of my show. You didn't hear it. And it's like, they just don't know any better. You don't know. Right. You have no idea. You know nothing about, you don't know anything. Exactly. And it's like, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry you don't know. One of these days, maybe you will, but I can't. It's like, I don't care. With a K.
It's my favorite thing ever. I have to tell you, I love that. You know, when we first started this, I was getting messages from people on every kind of platform that I had. People telling me that I better be careful, they're going to come after me, or really graphic ways to describe not really romantic ways of treating someone, but you understand what I mean. They were all threats. I had them before we started this, because before this, last year, I ended it, but I had a group on Facebook for people who had severe trauma, and so they had severe dissociative identity disorder. We had 2,000 people on there, and every day I would go on there and I would spend time with people who were having a really hard time. But the threats I got just from there were really bad. These were a whole other level. And I've been there. So instead of retaliating, like you said, writing back, what I've done is stepped back. I don't go check that very often. So I put my email address here. If you really want to get a hold of me, send me an email. I will always respond. It may take a minute, but I will always respond if it's kind. You know, and when it isn't, I delete it. And then for a few days, I have to sit there with them. And there's this thing that I was taught by a gal that was really similar to what I already did. They call it the Court of Atonement. And in your mind, right, you're taking the person and you're putting them there, and you're saying, I don't know what's going on in their life, right? So I need to let this situation go. So I say, there's words that they have, but I always do my own because I'm that way. It's a but I say something similar to, Jesus, please bless them. I don't know what's happened in their life, but bless them. Bless the ones around them. And the ones where this pain stems from, because it doesn't have anything to do with me. And so I need to let this go and put it in your hands. Please bless them. And that's what I do. And it helps me to be able to let it go in a very conscious way, right? On purpose.
Mhm.
And when I do something like that, it opens up the love that feels like it kind of shrunk down a little bit, because I'm like, ow, right? Because that hurts, it hurts.
Mhm.
And so we are able to let it go. I am easier. But we all have a way, right, that's going to work for us. That's what's so amazing about love. That's what's so amazing about Jesus, because you have a perspective that I don't have. Jami has a perspective I don't have. But God has all of our perspectives, so he can work with every one of us, no matter where we are, in whatever situation it is.
I will tell you that love is very gentle.
Mm-hmm.
Love is gentle. It makes me a gentler person, not so hard. And
Yeah.
Exactly.
there you go.
He always
Yeah.
is saying that.
Yep. Listen to love bubbles.
I could see you being able to get in somebody's face. I can see both of you really well being able to just jump in there and be like, hey, knock that shit off.
I don't know.
Sorry, Jacqueline. But I also see you both sitting with someone and talking to them in a way that nobody else can, because of the perspectives you both have and your relationship that you have with Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
I've been
true,
there.
right?
I've been in a couple of faces before.
I'm sure. Just a couple, though, right?
And I've been able to sit down with people and talk with them.
And I do that now.
Especially
I do
after
that.
being in
I'll
their
tell
face.
you, I know that girl. I know her. I remember her.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! What a cookie.
Yeah, what a cookie. Firecracker,
She
that
was
one.
something. Firecracker with a K. Cookie with a K. I'm gonna tell you. She was like, people's like, a lot of people that see me now that remember the old Kathy. I had what is it? Talking about my bad reputation.
Oh, yeah.
Bad reputation. I'm like, listen, drunken, obnoxious, and in your face, and like, like rude, crude, socially unacceptable. And nobody, it's very hard for people. They're like, what the hell happened to you? And it was like, love.
Yes.
That was it. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of, yeah, it's the greatest change of my life. I recommend it. I recommend it to everyone to live in love and to just let it go. Get your ego out of it. Take the jump. Take the leap of faith and jump. Whatever it is you're afraid to do that God is calling you to do, do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I'm telling you, it's real. It's truth. I'm not making it up. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's even in the 3D world right now that we're in. It's amazing. The power, the you're just empowered, and it's just love. It's just goodness. Mm-hmm. People are drawn to you. People like me now. It's like people like being around me.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to be around me before. They didn't like me. Nobody wanted to work with me because I just had a, it was like, you blame it on whatever you want. I don't know all about what it was. I just know I lacked love. Did I love people and care about people and, family and things? Yeah, just like, but I didn't really have a lot of love for anybody. Like I didn't love my neighbor. Mm-hmm. I didn't. I was like, I could give two shits about my neighbor.
There's not a poop in this conversation.
But I'm telling you, I've experienced it. It's real. It's the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
So much love. So much love. Like, here you go. So much love. I have problems. Like if there's a big palmetto bug in the house before, I'd be like, bam, like get that. I got it. Now I sweep up the palmetto bug, put him out the window, like just get out of the house. I'm not kidding you.
I believe
That's
you.
awesome.
That much love. It's like, lads, can we figure out a way to get him out of here without hurting him? Seriously, I'm not kidding you. I mean, yeah, it's changed my life. We're talking to people, like if somebody wants to give me, or like, I got to change them. I've got to do what I can. Like if I'm in a line at a grocery store or a convenience store, stopping for something in a convenience store, and somebody's just like, I got to do something. I got to be nice. I got to see just a half a grin, just some kind of just like, I got something out of you. I got something. And people, it used to be when I was coming, like people would like, oh shit, here she comes. Let's see, it's like, uh-oh, and now it's like, hey, there's Kathy, come here.
Yeah.
It's
a big difference.
It is a big difference.
It's
and
like
I'm a happier person. I'm happier.
Good.
That's good.
I'm happier. I don't have to have anything. There's nothing like what would make me happy. What would make me happier? Saving babies.
Mm-hmm.
Good things. Like not like well, I gotta. It's just you got to make lemonade out of the lemons.
Mm-hmm.
And do it with love. I'm telling you, it's real. It's true. I just recommend it to everybody. And I cannot stress it enough. If you're not living a victorious, happy life, change your love life, your personal love yourself. Love. Don't worry about what you're going to get from somebody. Or, I mean, how else can I say it? I don't know how else to say it.
You did perfectly. Absolutely perfectly.
That's all it is. All you need is love. That's all you need. That's all you need. You don't need money. You don't need anything to survive in this world but love. And once you have that, you're a complete success. You're 100% success. No failure.
Yep.
You're victorious.
Mm-hmm. I would say too, though, that before that, God, He's reaching out for everyone, right? All the time reaching out for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, and I say that because where I was, okay, in the darkest places, He was still there with me. So I know that He goes there to collect His children, okay? So when you feel the love, and everybody has felt it or felt the longing for it, that's what we all have, is that piece of us that longs to be seen and heard. We want to love and be loved. You summed that up very well with how much it changed your life and has changed your life and will change your life. I said it to you before. I will say it again in October. You're not even going to remember this Kathy because of the love that is just going to swell inside you and how big and bright you're going to be. It's so much more than now. And right now, honey, we can see you from here.
Where is the love?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I cannot believe we've gone 20 minutes over. That was awesome.
Yeah.
We should pray. Praying is good and stuff. So, we're definitely throwing in Stacy's daughter because
holy moly.
That's awesome. Plus the baby, just having a baby is also just whoa. Yeah. So she's had to double whoa. That's a whoa. So please bless Stacy's daughter and her new grandbaby. Definitely Tristan, who's still in the hospital and he's struggling. They're trying to see about finding another liver for transplant. Praying for Kathy with a K and the kids
The kids'
convoy. Okay, everyone involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for our families, our friends, everyone on the other side
Of
of the
screen.
screen. And who else was there? There's a couple more. Marina's dad.
Mm-hmm. And Celeste's dad.
Celeste's dad. Amber's
And Amber's
mom.
mom.
Anyone you'd like to add, Miss Kathy?
Yeah, my niece got a job at the Dollar General.
Yay!
Oh, nice.
Yay!
That's the greatest store. It's the greatest store. And you know they're not owned by the cabal. Okay,
Right.
Dollar General is a legitimate business, and I'd like to pray for the people that own the Dollar General.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And I would also like to pray for my niece because she hasn't been physically active in a while. So standing and working, she comes home sore and stiff, and I want her to keep that job.
Yes.
And
yes.
She has retirement and Social Security, but she's out and she's active, and she could walk there if she had to. If she had to, it's so close. Yeah, because it's in our neighborhood, and I just I always hesitate to ask, how was it? Like, it's like, I am so tired, my body. And I'm like, your body just needs to get used to it. I'm like, just keep on sucking down CBD. She said, I need a case. Okay, get a case of CBD. But yesterday I asked her, she had yesterday off. She's working today, tomorrow, and Friday. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm a key holder. Like she's not a manager, not an assistant, but she can unlock the register and do all these things. And I just want this job. I want her to be happy.
Me too.
So I want her to be happy at this job. We know the job at the Dollar General. We were there. It was crazy. I just got to say this. I know we're praying for people, but we were right there at the like the pits of
the zombie apocalypse area.
Zombie apocalypse.
That's what you said.
Right there was a Dollar General.
Dollar General.
So that's why she said that. But I just want her to be happy at her job and to stay there and continue to flourish.
I love it.
Oh, I'm praying for Dom too, because apparently his work said he has to wear a mask.
Oh, praying
he's
for
gonna
you,
go in
buddy.
and talk to.
Praying for you. Also, Colin's mom, Kelly, who had surgery yesterday. So we're going to definitely add her in there. And you all are connected with people who need love and prayers. So everybody, just put your love in and we'll send it out. Mm-hmm. All right. Singing
Ready?
Mama.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the Oh, you're muted, Bree.
Sorry. Was there no blessings now?
Can I just
Are
say
you ready?
one thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Whenever I'm with you and you do that and you sing that song, I go back to boot camp because every night, and I'm in my rack in boot camp in the barracks with 50 some other women Marine recruits singing that song.
That's awesome. That is very cool.
Takes me back every time.
I'm glad.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we're throwing out blessings
Ready?
now. Ready?
Uh-oh.
And you're blessed. Bless, 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 bless. All the blessings.
Booyah.
She's doing jazz fingers. I loved it. She's got jazz finger blessings.
Sprinkle and sprinkle. And some extra for you. And extra for you. And
Down on little
Kathy,
Kathy over here.
Kathy, I'm gonna send some to you. Ready?
You gotta catch
Ready?
it. Gotta catch it. Oh, look at those muscles.
Good job.
Nice.
Muscle right
Wow.
there.
I didn't mean to do that.
That was
No,
just
that's
awesome. That was
But
the
there
best
they
thing
are.
for me.
Tried with both hands. Hold it right on top of you.
Guns a-blazing.
I love it. I love it.
All right.
Oh, you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much, Kathy, for being here with us.
Thank you for having me again.
Thank you so much.
I love being here.
All right, hang tight. When we go off, we will talk to you for a little bit. And I'm gonna play the Dragon Tournament info for our ending, okay?
Oh, okay.
All righty. Love you guys.
Ready to drum.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.